I'm bored. Let's see what kind of outrage content Side Scrollers podcast has latched onto to try and stay afloat today. Okay, so before we get into this garbage ass video by Side Scrollers, I just want to fill you guys in on what's happening. So it's being reported that a bunch of people are canceling Netflix because libs of TikTok found a show from 2023. It's already been canceled, no longer on the air anymore. They found a show from 2023, an animated series by Hamish Steele called Dead End Paranormal Park. And they've decided to attack this show, even though it's not even on the air anymore, digging up stuff from this back in the day. They've done it. There's a couple more shows now they've also dug up. I'll have to go and look at those at some point, but this is the one we're talking about today. So something from 2023, and they're saying people should cancel Netflix because of this. Now, that alone is not enough to be an issue. Like, I don't give a fuck about libs of TikTok. I don't think most people with any ounce of common sense would listen to anything that libs of TikTok says. But Elon Musk is the one that went out there and started calling for this canceling of Netflix. Now, the hypocrisy and double standard on this versus the Disney stuff with Jimmy Kimmel, I'm not even going to get into that yet because it's crazy. It's wild that there's people out there who were attacking folks for boycotting Disney over Jimmy Kimmel, but now they're boycotting Netflix over a show that's not even on the air anymore. The show's not even being promoted or anything like that. It's crazy, okay? So we have Elon Musk doing that. He also committed what I believe to be defamation and libel by calling Hamish a groomer with literally no proof of it. I guess I should talk about like how dangerous it is to do something like that, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What's accountability in 2025? What is accountability? I don't know what that looks like. So you have Elon, the richest person in the world, who is out here saying that some independent creator is a groomer with no proof. And what's going to happen with that? Probably nothing. It's very dangerous. And it's kind of sick, to be quite honest. Anyway, let's see what Side Scrollers has to say about this, because I'm pretty sure it's really fucking dumb. So the title of this video is Leave Kids Alone. It's the what about the kids fallacy. These people didn't give a fuck about any of this until libs of TikTok talked about it. And the reason why is because there's nothing else for them to talk about right now. This is performative activism. It doesn't mean anything. The show is not even, they're not making more episodes of it. It's buried on Netflix. You'd have to specifically go looking for it to find it. It's not going to pop up anywhere. It's crazy. It's all performative.
It is really lit a fire under the internet. And here's the thing about this. We actually can't show you the footage of what we want to talk about. We can just show you a freeze frame of it, because yesterday we got flagged for copyright for showing this footage.
Of course we did.
But of course we did.
Of course we did. I mean, this is standard stuff. It's standard. I believe there should be, when you are transforming something and you're critiquing it, you should be able to talk about it. But we don't live in that world on YouTube. We don't live in that world. It's not because it's some gay thing like, oh, this is gay people. You can't talk about gay people. That's what they're framing it as. That's why they said, of course, right? That's why they said that. YouTube comes through and flags my shit all the time. I watch trailers, it gets flagged all the time. Watch music, gets flagged all the time. Sporting events gets flagged all the time. This isn't some weird gay thing where, oh, we can't talk about gay people because we're going to get flagged. This is a common thing with YouTube, where the DMCA system, the way transformative content works on YouTube, the antiquated system that exists, it is not set up for modern usage. It needs to be revisited and fixed. So I just want to clarify that, so they can't push this agenda that's because it's like, oh, it's a gay show, we can't talk about it. No, that's bullshit.
Yes, by Netflix here. But now, to be clear, this show has been canceled for a couple of years.
Yes.
This Dead End Paranormal Park.
Yep.
But what happens in the scene is this boy.
So you're admitting now, 30 seconds in, that the show is not a new show. It's already been canceled, which means it's not going to make any more episodes. It's not being promoted on Netflix. And the only reason you even know about it is because some outrage grifting Twitter account, libs of TikTok, posted it, and now you're upset about it. Now you're angry about it. You didn't give a fuck about it when the show was on the air.
I would imagine. I don't know. It looks like a boy to me. You never know with the blue hair and the, whatever. But it says, hey, I'm trans. And this show, once again, is made for 7-year-olds here.
And there's nothing wrong with 7-year-olds knowing that trans and gay people exist. Hope that clears it up for you.
And this was kind of the first time we saw this specific example pushed out there by libs of TikTok, and it was exposed. Which for me, this shows
this is not the first time. We're not even going to play that game. This isn't the first time that you guys have been mad about something out there that has a gay person or a trans person in it. Like, this isn't the first time. Let's be real here.
Been not renewed for 2 years. It's still on Netflix. This brings up the question of how many other options are there that have this nonsense in there. Well, guess what? We have other options. And we actually showed this one before of GLAADs, Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous over here. Yeah. As here's a good example right here where they come in and guess what? These two girls, they're something is super important. Guess what happens? They're in love with each other.
Okay. And who cares? Do other things that kids watch show straight people in love with each other? Yes. So it's okay to show gay people in love with each other. It's a double standard. It's hypocrisy. Stand on business and hold the same amount of water for both things. If you don't want to see gay people in love with each other in cartoons, then you need to stand on business and say, I don't want to see straight people in love with each other in cartoons. If kids are too young to understand love between gay people, then they're also too young to understand love between straight people. Because once you change that up and you act like it's two different things, that's when it becomes homophobia. It's when it becomes bigotry. It's when it becomes oppression. You need to hold the same standard. If you were on here saying, I don't want this to be in any cartoons or anything that kids are watching, if that was your stance on it, meaning love between two people in general, I would have nothing to say about this. But you guys are targeting queer people specifically. There's a difference.
When did this happen in Jurassic World? I thought it was about dinosaurs.
And he's saying what everybody else thought as well. Mm-hmm. Then there's
so there's been no romance in Jurassic World ever. No love stories, no affection, no nothing. None of that. If I were to go right now and look up any of the movies or TV shows or cartoons or whatever related to Jurassic World, I won't find one singular romance story between two straight people in any of those. Any of them? Or is it just because it's two women? Is that the reason you have an issue with it? And I'm pretty sure there's going to be people that'll say, yes, congratulations, you're a fucking hypocrite. You're a bigot. If you have an issue with this specifically because it's two women, that is a problem. If your stance is, I don't want to see romance or love or anything like that across the board from anybody, I have no problems with that. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But if you're going to target one specific community, that's a problem. You guys are acting like they're getting on here and they're showing like TVMA stuff. That's not what's happening. That's not what we're seeing. That's not, even in front of my eyes, that's not what I'm seeing.
We also have this one here, Ada Twist, Scientist, a show for 7-year-olds that Barack and Michelle Obama are the executive producers for, and they're celebrating the wedding of the century here between these two men right here. And like I say, whatever, you know.
Is it projection?
Okay, it's a wedding between two guys. Like, is there anything inappropriate in these scenes? Like, what are we talking about? What is inappropriate about this stuff? Show me what's inappropriate. Just saying, look, there are gay people in this, so that's inappropriate. It's not. It's fucking not. There are gay people with families. There are gay people with kids. There are gay people who work in society where people are going to see them out existing in the world. You just don't want gay people to be seen in anything. This is the next step. You have nothing else to complain about. You guys are so down bad about everything in entertainment. You have nothing left to complain about or talk about. So now you are going through and you are nitpicking and cherry picking the existence of gay people and stuff. Just them being there. And going after, the Paranormal Park series, Dead End, that was a show created by a gay person. So we can't even make stuff ourselves. We can't even make programming for, from our community to put out there without you guys coming in and acting like you just want to take it away. The reality is you don't want to see us. You don't want to see us in anything. It doesn't matter if it's for kids or not for kids. You just don't want to see us in anything. This isn't some sort of in a vacuum statement. You guys have been going hard against what you call wokeness in everything. Gay people existing in everything. You make fun of us at every turn. This is just another piece of that pie. It's another slice of the same pie. And now you've latched on the libs of TikTok.
Oh my God, Michael!
That's so funny. Oh my God, I was thinking that. Oh my gosh.
I've said this before. I don't care. I I don't care if you're gay. I don't. If you want to be gay, if you're gay, that's fine. Love who you want to love.
Okay, let's check this out. I'm going to go look on Side Scrollers podcast and see if they've ever made any anti-gay or anti-trans videos that aren't just about kids. Let's go look. All right, so I just went over to their video section. I typed in the word gay. I want to see if they've made videos that are negative or anti-gay or critical of gay people that's not about kids, because he says he doesn't care, right? He doesn't care. So if you don't care, you wouldn't be making videos about gay people in any capacity, right? Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just specifically about these cartoons. This is why you're talking about this today. All right, here we go. Jojo Siwa, I was forced to be gay. Netflix isn't gay enough, damn it. Breaking news. No one cares if you're gay or trans. Well, if they don't care, why are you talking about it? Why is it a big deal? No U-turn signs, too gay. Craig learns Luke Skywalker is gay. Razor Fist on Doctor Who being gay. The greatest and gayest live stream meltdowns of all time. Helldivers 2, not gay enough. Of course, with Melanie Mack. Gearbox caves to gamers. Square Enix is gay. Jojo Siwa miraculously cured of being lesbian. This one's particularly gross. Kotaku gay virtue signal fails. Mr. Beast gets major heat. Jojo Siwa pressured to be gay. So you were all in on the Jojo Siwa stuff, right? That was your golden goose. Psycho's upset at Pirate Software. Gay banned for gay scenes. Interesting. The Sims gay agenda. Snoop Dogg's pissed off about Disney's woke LGBTQ agenda. Assassin's Creed Shadows. They put a chick in it and made her gay. The Pride counteroffensive has begun. The most disturbing trans-loving Karen yet. It's really interesting that the nerd-rotic videos are classified in the gay section. That's really interesting. Yeah, there's a few here that I guess are classified as gay where you don't have gay in the title. But look, you get the point. What he was saying over here is absolutely false. It is absolutely false. He does care about people being gay. He cares about it quite a lot. He's made tons of videos about it. So this is what we like to call being a liar. This is what a liar looks like, Craig.
I don't think it's appropriate to be throwing in kids shows at 7 and toddlers. And
what's inappropriate about showing gay people exist? Are they never going to encounter gay people in real life? They're never going to encounter them, never going to run into them out in the street. Being gay is just an existence thing. That's it. And you don't have to explain details of what goes on in a relationship, just like you wouldn't have to do it between two straight people who are in love with each other. It's simply an existence thing.
Such like that needs to be a conversation that needs to happen with their parents.
Do you have to have a full-on conversation with your parents when you show a man and a woman holding hands at the grocery store? Come on, honey, let's sit down. You see, the reason why they're holding hands is because they care about... No, you don't have those conversations. That's a ridiculous statement. That's dumb.
On Netflix, of all things, right? So this has caused quite a spur, a flare-up of cancelizations of Netflix across the internet, which we'll get to that in just a minute. But first and foremost, I wanted to go back to that first show, Dead End Paranormal Park, and feature this article. This is from June 16th, 2022 here. It says Dead End Paranormal. This is from The Hollywood Reporter. Creator Hamish Steele is crafting the animated YA, that is a youth, LGBTQ inclusive horror.
It is not youth, it's young adult. That is a very important distinction. Young adult. Crafting the animated young adult, not youth. YA means young adult. What are the ages for young adult? If I look that up. When I look up what young adult is considered, I'm curious what that is. Let's check. So here's the Wikipedia page for the YA or young adult literature category. We're going to read what it says right here at the top. And then I want to take a look at a bunch of other young adult things that these guys have never complained about. Because I want you to understand why there's a hypocrisy here, why there's a problem here. Because he's going to chastise Hamish for talking about making a YA series and frame it as being like he's going after kids. Let's look at what it says here and what other popular young adult things have come out over the years. It says here, young adult literature is typically written for readers aged 12 to 18 and includes most of the themes found in adult fiction, such as family dysfunction, substance abuse, alcoholism, and sexuality. This is across the board for all young adult products. So again, if you're going to hold water against queer people for this, you need to hold that same water for everybody else. Let's go in and look up what are like the top 10 most popular young adult projects of all time. You're going to be very shocked when you see what these projects are. Here we go. These are top 10 young adult shows or movies. I just did a Google search quickly to see what Google found. You can do a more comprehensive list on your own time. But take a look at what is listed here. Literally shows like Sex Education, 13 Reasons Why, Stranger Things, Riverdale, The OC, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. A lot of these shows cover very adult subject matter. Lots of adult subject matter. And I've never seen these guys go off on any of that. I think we've already reached the point we need to reach here. It is a double standard from these guys. It is absolutely 100% a double standard. If you don't want these kinds of themes, and what I mean by that, I mean more adult-oriented themes, whether it be romance, love, things like that, discussions about family dysfunction or substance abuse. If you don't want these things in any children's media, maybe you shouldn't be watching young adult media. Maybe that's not where you should be. Maybe you should be watching something else. And every single person on this panel, me included, we know for a fact what we were introduced to when we were in like middle school and high school. We know what that was like. If you don't want them watching things like Buffy the Vampire Slayer or Hunger Games or Family Guy or Futurama or South Park or whatever, that is on you, first and foremost. As a parent, it is on you to not allow that to happen. To pretend like gay people, trans people, or gay creators can't make content because you think it is inappropriate, even though it is categorically in line with everything else in that space. Look, here's two straight people in love. Look, here's two gay people in love. But the only issue you have is with the gay people in love. I have news for you. That is homophobia and it is bigotry. If you're going to keep it a buck all the time across the board. But you'll never see videos from these guys complaining about that kind of stuff unless it's a trans person or a gay person. It is a fucking double standard. It is a huge double standard. And Craig is a liar. We looked at the receipts. You do care about gay people existing and stuff. You've made tons of content about it. And I'm sure, looking at that list, there's a lot of it that you've done which you didn't include gay in the title, but it's still anti-gay. It's still anti-trans. You've been on plenty of live streams where you've talked about it. These guys are scraping the bottom of the barrel. Libs of TikTok is doing this because they need clout online. They're doing this because they need clout online. No, there's been no new seasons of this since 2023. We're almost in 2026. What the fuck are we doing here? What are we doing? This is like trying to erase gay people from all media. And they say it's just about kids, but we've already looked at the receipts on that. That's not true. These guys are liars and hypocrites.